Hello. Welcome.
Welcome. Happy Sunday. Hope
Yes, happy
everybody's
Sunday.
doing well.
We're running behind like normal.
Master Aquatics Eduardo. How's it going?
Hope you're well.
Mark. Good day to you. Skull Aquatics. Whips World. How's it going? Scotty. Fish Freak. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. New Local Austin. How's it going, man?
Hi.
Skipper. How's it going, Skipper? Danikin.
Welcome.
Only Oscars. Welcome. Yep, we're running behind, but it has been a crazy, decent, good weekend. It has so far.
Yeah, it's been a good weekend. It's been productive. It's just one of those days where I'm just sleepy. Just ready for a nap. It's not quite rainy, but it looks like it could rain. Just sleepy. I did a lot of tank maintenance yesterday, so the tanks all look really good. There's a couple things I need to fiddle with and kind of tweak a little bit, but overall I did a lot of tanks yesterday, so everything looks really good. But hope you guys, everyone here, I hope everyone's well.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Vinoski. Scruffy City Aquatics, welcome. The Zen Ginger.
We did get the pool clean, luckily, but it was one of those days.
Merry Fishmas, Fish Fam Christmas. Merry Fishmas.
Yeah, they got to start all that now. It's a lot of planning.
Yes. Yeah, we're in the process of taking that pool down.
Yeah, I wasn't going to talk about it, but you can talk about it if you want to. I worked all day. We were trying to tear it down. I don't know what happened, but at the tail end of working all day, then the air ring part got a pretty big hole in it. And I was like, really? Worked all day, making sure it was super spotless clean to get it all packed up. And yeah. So I ordered a patch and we're going to hope for the best. And then after that happened, I was just like, well, crap. I'm just over it now.
Select Pet. Well, thank you for lurking and building another rack. Ooh. Kenny found another fresh batch of blue diamond shrimp. Must have 300 of them now. That's awesome.
Yeah, we don't have blue diamond shrimp by any means, but I have kind of a random colony of blue neocaradinas of random sorts, and that was the one that I was having the most trouble with, but they seem to actually be doing pretty good now. They're starting to build up. Those just sound fancy.
Bruiser, CB.
Oh, welcome.
Lurking and cooking. I was doing some pretty heavy cooking yesterday.
Well, he was making sweet pickles or something this morning.
Oh yeah, I did that this morning. I was making I made a batch of sweet pickles this morning.
Yeah, speaking of, we were watering the vegetables with the fish tank water, and some things did really well and some things just didn't. And I was kind of giving up on the zucchini and things like that. And then all of a sudden we got back from the last Aquashella trip, and they just exploded. So now we're trying to come up with all different kinds of things for zucchini and cucumbers.
John Larson, hello and welcome. Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Well, I can do tons of stuff.
Yeah, he's better at it than I am.
Canning and cucumbers. I can make pickles. I can do relish. I can do all kinds of stuff. It's just getting the motivation up to do it because it just takes time. It turns out really well.
It's the first step. Okay. It's no matter what the project is, I'm going to be lazy and procrastinate it seems like, until I take that first initiative, that first step. And then I'm like, okay, Then I just busted out. But that's how I like. It's just getting started.
Well, that's cool of Eduardo. I just finished water changes and adding new fish.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what new fish he's got. And got my car packed with new tanks for the middle school science classes. Well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I am sure the kids will enjoy that.
Yes.
Freaky Fish Lady.
Welcome, welcome. Driving and listening.
No, that is outstanding and wonderful. No, yeah, you're right, though. It's the first steps
Mm-hmm.
of getting that stuff prepared and ready. And I've canned for years, so I have all that stuff. I keep it. I'm a person that has way too much. If you're into gardening, way too much celery seed, way too much whole mustard seed, ground turmeric, alum. I buy vinegar by the biggest jugs I could get.
And I like eating it, but I don't want to. I know how to do it, but I don't want to. But once it gets started, you've taught me how to do it better. But now, yeah, now that we've been using the fish tank water from the water changes in the garden, even it's like, okay, I plant a lot more. So even though not as many things grew this year, I still get more than I used to because I just generally plant a lot more. But we have a lot of extra vegetables, and even after sharing, like, I love it, but it's like, man, I don't want to waste it. But canning, some people enjoy it, and I'm not one.
Oh, Bewizzle Aquatics, welcome.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, you need to hire Kerri as a pool tech.
Yeah, that pool, let me tell you. Okay. I never had a pool growing up. We barely went to the public pool. We were on a swim team, so we did go to like an inside. It was a huge pool, but it was just swim team practice. It wasn't like fun swimming. So when the kids got a little bit older, it was more of like my thing, but I put it on them. Oh, I'm going to get the kids a pool because then it'll save us so much money because we won't have to go to the public pool, whatever. And I want them to be swimmers, so whatever. But I had not a clue. And I've upgraded pools through the years. This one that I just ripped, I think that's the reason I'm such in a bad mood, because I just replaced it this summer because we stored it in the shed and I didn't think about it, but I guess it was a mouse or something ate a hole in it just in the right spot that we couldn't fix it. So I think that's why I'm just so mad. But it has taken me forever it was either milky cloudy or super green, or I'd get it clear and then they would swim in it. It would be some kind of cloudy, and it was just like, ugh. But really help it, like, since I've fiddled with fish tanks now in a fish room, and I've had more just than one, I feel like, and I've taken time to research a lot of the things that work for that pool make more sense because of the fish tank. So it's a total, like, if it wasn't for these fish tanks, I wouldn't have figured it out. But that routine that I put in that last video has 100% this year. Like, it was swimmable, like, all the time. I didn't have any problems. It wasn't slick on the bottom. Like, it stayed clear. And I know it's like a really roundabout, this whole conversation's barely fish keeping, but I tell you what, if it wasn't for these fish tanks and taking care of them, I never would have figured it out. And I have spent probably like $300+ on aquarium or on pool vacuums because they're like $100 a pop and they don't last but like a summer. And so using that water hose as a vacuum for that pool has, like, whew, it works so good. But I think that's why I'm just in a poopy mood, because I worked and, like, it was new, it was expensive. And I was just like, oh. So
Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics. Hey,
sorry for the but yeah.
Eduardo, though, The new fish, penguin tetras, diamond tetras, swordtails, a few cories, some baby blue
It was
rams,
quite the list. It looked like a cool, like,
and a couple gold rams.
Mm-hmm.
I really do like them diamond tetra though.
Yeah, we had them for like a hot minute.
Well, the Zen Ginger really loves diamond tetra too. I will get more diamond tetra. I guarantee it. Ray,
We tried so hard. Those were the ones we got. He got spontaneously bought in the auction when we went to the Triple Crown, and a
pure impulse buy.
Yeah, as soon as we opened you didn't even have to open the bag. I knew there was going to be problems, and we got 4 back. But as soon as we got them home, then it just turned to fungus, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I tried, and they seemed okay, and then we turned around and went straight to Aquashella.
Yeah, and that didn't do us any favors.
Well, yeah, and my mom, she can only, I'm only gonna, it was taking care of our house is a lot. But I did, yeah. But they were beautiful. I've never had them before, and I hope to have them again.
Ooh, that's a good idea, Mark. Depending on the veggies, you can cook a huge batch of sofrito and freeze it in portions for winter soups and stews. That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, I'm a soup person.
Paul McCarthy, how's it going?
Welcome, welcome. He was just looking at your Facebook post earlier.
Yeah, I was just looking at that post about the gecko. It looks like it's wearing a hoodie when it's shedding. That was awesome.
But yeah,
Fish Room Fever. How's it going, man? 3G. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, back to where I was.
Yeah, go for it.
With the diamond tetra, I will get more of those.
There's a few things on my list.
Yeah, I have a small list. When certain things happen, I have a lot smaller list than Kerri does. No, my list is tiny. Kerri's list is like, well, we don't even got enough room. We don't even have close to enough room. But I hope everybody is having a wonderful Labor Day weekend.
Every time I shop for fish online, I add a new fish to the list.
My plant list is probably longer than your fish list.
When is your next event you're going to, Kerri and Jesse?
Oh, well, you're going.
I'm going to the Clash.
You're going to the Clash.
And then we're both going to Chicago for Aquashella.
Yeah, then I'm going to Chicago with you for sure. And then after that, you haven't told me. So
after that, I don't really know.
So, Kenny, I don't really know. But
I don't really know what's after that.
Until the boss makes my mind up.
I feel like it should be Orlando sometime around February.
Which
but I'm not sure
Florida
yet.
in February is a good time to be in Florida.
Yeah, once we flew out of here, we got stuck on the interstate because it was so icy. We just got stuck for like an hour and a half. But once we got to Florida, it was like fantastic. But leaving, no. There's always some kind, when you're excited about a trip, there's always something. And for us, it's usually the weather when we're leaving. It's usually like a downpour or an ice storm or more rain.
Oh, yeah. I knew that's where Kenny was going to take that. And yes, Eduardo, I'm sorry. Know me at the Clash. I'm sending somebody better, though. It's Kerri. So
we're going to have more fun.
And then B-Wizzle, Fishtoberfest, Daniken goes, well, if Kerri's going to the Clash, that means Jesse's to come to Fishtoberfest.
Jesse gets put to work too much at Chicago, Aquashella. But I think I talked about last week we didn't stream because it was a storm, but I think it was the week before that. I was trying to pull it off. I was like, how can we still go without going? Because I was like, how can we fly out there before the show and then just just fly from there to Chicago and just make it all work. But I need to be more YouTube famous and have more YouTube money to pull off.
Well,
that.
and James Fish Room Fever definitely did bring up another point. Yeah. We got Orlando at the beginning of 2023, and then we do have Aquaticon. And
we were going to go to Aquaticon whether they officially was going to have it again or not. We were just going to show up and be like, it's Aquaticon. I like going to, I like that trip. That was a fun trip. But I wasn't sure when the next one was, and 2, I haven't overly extended myself in the looking research area either. So I was just assuming I was going.
Yeah. Has Orlando been planned out?
I don't think it's not been. I'm sure it has, but it hasn't.
I don't think
last
they've
time I
released
looked,
the
it
date.
wasn't on the website yet. It was still just for this year.
Yep. Nope. I knew Kenny was going to do that. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have to work.
I want to go just to see, like, the speakers sound amazing.
No, Kenny's got it planned out. I mean, just the write-up for the event is friggin' awesome. He did an awesome job.
Yeah.
Outstanding. I mean, super great guy.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go. However, my job will not allow me to go. I've been taking so much off.
They were like, really? And I was like, just blame it on me.
I have been taking so much off for all the fish stuff that they're like, you gotta,
no more.
You gotta slow down, slow your roll a little bit.
That's kind of the reason why I'm going to the Clash by myself. But there's gonna be fish fan people the whole time, so it's gonna be fun.
Mark, thank you so much. $10 event fund.
Oh, thank you. That's awful sweet.
Thank you so much. Yeah. We absolutely enjoy all the events. I know a lot of people in here are.
I'm so addicted.
The same way.
I want to go to all of them. And when there's one that I can't go to, I feel it in my bones. I'm like, no. I want to go so bad.
Yes, Select Pet. Yes, we got. I got to find Select Pet a quesadilla in Knoxville at Aquaticon for him. After I showed him what a real quesadilla should look like, that was outstanding.
I don't think we have one of those plants only Oscars. I don't believe we do. Do you know if we do? I don't think we do.
I do not think we do. Does it have another name or common name as well?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We have so many different.
Yeah, plants. But I might get them confused in the tank, but I keep them in the drawer when they come with a tag. I keep the tag so I at least can remember. I might not know which one it goes to, but I can try to remember the name. It's not ringing a bell.
Well, good for Eduardo. He got approval to take off work, so he booked the Clash ASAP.
Yeah, we just couldn't hurt Lefty's feeling. If Lefty told me it would just break his heart if I couldn't go, and I can't do that to my friends. So better me than none of us,
This is true.
If you have to chop us in half,
well,
it might be best for me to go.
And if I could, I really would. I would go. I would let you go to the Clash, and I would definitely go to Fishtoberfest.
Yes.
No doubt in my non-military mind, I would be there. I would go see Kenny and Danny, and it would be a great time. I know it would.
Well, I just want to go, 1, because it sounds like an awesome time, and 2, I was born in that area, and I just want to go back and see it. I want to go to, I feel like you told me at one point you wanted to go see the Redwood Forest type of. I want to make I don't want to rush and just go in and leave even though I was looking at flights to do that. I want to visit and hang out and like see places.
Yeah.
So it'll be worth the wait.
Chris, Aquazone, howdy.
Welcome,
Depths
welcome.
Unknown, howdy. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Well, Skipper's going to be your bodyguard, he said.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that earlier.
I think I have tons of people to hang out. It's mainly just to keep me, like, I got to talk to people. I just got to talk. If I stay by myself for too long, have no one to talk to, then I'm just like, nah, I'm going to go find someone to, I'm going to sit down and you're going to listen and we're going to be friends. But like, I used to travel all the time doing hair shows. So even though I get so nervous about it, I get filled with anxiety. I've traveled. It always seems to work out, even through like the hiccups and headaches that you always run into. Sometimes you get nervous when the travel is overly smooth. You're like, is the way back home going to be worse because this is so overly smooth?
No, it'll be easy.
But I'm so
peasy.
used. Yeah, this one I'm going to be kind of, I don't know. I'm already excited, but I'm so used to leaving at like 4:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And granted, coming back, that's what time we probably have to leave even earlier. But leaving to go there, the flight's later. And I'm going to be like, man, I don't even know what to do with myself with this much time. I'll probably still be late.
I was gonna
Because
say
I'll have too much time. Sometimes when you have too much time, that's when you're the latest too, you know. At least for me.
Nope. It has been a good weekend though.
It has been a good weekend.
You got the tanks looking pretty decent.
Yep.
The outside stuff's looking really good. We're somewhat into getting the pool taken down for the year.
Yeah.
Cleaned up, ready to be all winterized.
Yep. I got the tanks clean, the pool popped, and my hair turned blue. It's been a very successful weekend.
I mean, I don't really know what more you could ask for. I mean, honestly, I mean, that's just,
look at that. At least it's a pretty color, you know, but that's straight up, that's blue. That's what happens when you start talking to me and I put my hair toner on because I'm so excited about going to the class that I wanted to get all beautified.
You are. You got beautiful blue hair. That's awesome.
You know? Well, you know. Yeah.
I like it. I think it's funny.
Yeah. It looks more, I don't know. It looks different on camera. It looks better on camera.
I think it's fine. No, it's been I'm going to have my one day off Monday for Labor Day.
Yep.
Thank goodness. Yep. So that's going to, and hopefully everyone else in the chat is going to have a wonderful day off. Hopefully nobody has to go in and work too hard on Monday. I know some people will. It happens, unfortunately. I'm going to use it to...
I don't get the day off. I got to take care of you.
Well, I'm going to use it to do all my honeydew chores that you're going to finish telling me that I haven't got done yet.
Honeydew chores. I'm beautiful and so are you.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm sorry, Skipper, that you'll be at work.
Yeah, that's because Skipper's like the only person. He's like the checkout person, the mail person, the city council person, the fire department, the police officer. He's like everything. How can you possibly take a day off?
Well, that's true.
In my head, he's like in charge of the whole town.
Well, if you wear that many hats, you usually never have a day off, unfortunately. It's kind of like you with this. If you're not...
Oh, and the town mayor, yes.
Gotta have it all. Well, if he's the mayor, then shouldn't he be able to fire himself from the other jobs? That's what I would do. Yeah. I'd be the mayor and fire myself from all the other jobs. Now I'm just the mayor.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Whip's World's gonna go see Jaws tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
That movie's still scary to this day. You know, when I was on swim team, going back to that, I don't care how irrational it was. I swim faster because I thought that there was going to be a shark in that water, especially in that 14-foot, 12-foot, somewhere around, I can't remember, was it 12 or 14-foot end? And it was so, oh my gosh, when you're like 8, that was so scary. And it's all because of that freaking movie. And that arachnophobia movie is still to this day the entire reason why I check my shoes, because.
So when you were swimming in that deep end, was the background music playing in your head?
Of course. I mean, it went to the point where it was like when you're a kid and your parents make you take a bath at night or something, that was just like, there's a shark in the freaking, it was going to come up the drain. And I don't care if it sounded crazy in my head. I was just so freaked out by that movie.
Well.
Sorry about my allergies. Nah.
Well, I'm going to get back to the fact that I really do enjoy this time of year and the knowledge that I have gained from using fish water on our vegetables.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everyone around us in our state, certain things nobody's had good luck with this year. But what we've had luck with growing vegetable wise has went bananas over the fish water, and we use it every day. It's an excuse to keep Kerri on schedule of water changing too. We need more fish water.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty good. Like, I go in spells where I do really good and then I kind of slack off. I still maintenance them, but I'm not as like on top of things. And I'm on one of those upswings where I'm like, I've got videos edited. We need to do the podcast. That's one thing we need to do. But I've got my maintenance done. I've got the laundry done. The kids' homework's checked. I've even signed the folders on time. Like, I'm in one of those responsible phases. So it's going to probably crash in a couple of weeks. And I'll be like, then I'll be back good after I get a fix of Friends at the Clash and Aquashella. It'll put me on another like motivation. Like, I feel so motivated.
Jason Stewart, welcome. New viewer. I don't know anything about your channel yet. If we cannot answer your question, there is probably someone in the chat that can answer your question.
We sometimes know what we're talking about, but the chats on Sunday is my friend time. So we're a little scattered. But thank you for being here.
But we are open to any topic fish related, or at this moment we were talking about how you use fish water for your vegetables. If you're a gardener, it works great when you do your water changes. You want to talk about having the best miracle grow ever? It
is good stuff.
That's way over the top. Garcia Aquatics, welcome. Good to see you in here.
Garcia uses fresh water on my grass, and the grass looks amazing. Well, congratulations, because our grass does not look so good. It's starting to look better after we finally got some rain, but I will tell you, because you know that we're talking about that, but when we had that huge drought and everything was super, super dry, we had one patch of grass that looked really good, and it was from where I was cleaning the pool, and all that runoff from the pool water, it watered one strip, and I was like, man, out of our whole yard, there's like 1 foot by like, it was like 10-foot long strip of grass that was like,
oh, it was beautiful green.
It looked really good compared to all the dead stuff around it.
It was wonderful. I mean, the brightest, greenest, deepest green colored grass you ever seen.
Well, fish related or hair related topics. Well, the only thing in life I really know about is hair and fish. So either one, I might be able to help.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Only Oscars. Yeah, it's free ferts for plants.
Yeah.
And I just never thought about it. I mean, it's kind of goofy to think about.
Well, we started taking it seriously when a few years ago when we had the goldfish upstairs in that 75-gallon, when we would do water changes, it was easier just to take it out the front door and dump it off the porch. And that was the raspberries and blackberry bushes right there. And that year we got so many that I was like, dang, these are like, that's like, there's something like they say to do this. And when they say to do this, they really mean like it works. And then you think about it, you're like, oh, duh.
Well, it didn't dawn in on me, and why it didn't dawn in on me, I have no clue. Because you can go to any local Lowe's, Home Depot.
The neighbor does that.
Any of that, you can go any of those places, and they sell it by the liquid or powder. They sell fish emulsion, which is fish waste, fish. It's unfortunately it's all just ground up, but it's all the waste. And why it didn't dawn in on me earlier, I'd been around it all my life. I just didn't ever look at it that way, I suppose. The light bulb never really did kick on.
You have some of my thinking bulbs up there.
Yeah, I needed one. I really did. Scruffy City Aquatics. Yeah, we moved into our house 3 years ago. We put all new bushes and shrubs in. My neighbors were amazed how they've grown. Aquarium water. Yes, it works wonders. It really does.
Yeah, pothos on the top of every tank, functional and beautiful. Yes, I'm trying to grow some. Just you can't see right here.
Yeah, beside
right
the tank,
here.
we haven't
but
put
we
it.
haven't got to the point. Something always comes up. Something, but we bought them originally because we were going to try to put them in the hang on the back filters in these tanks, and just to try it. But we haven't got that far yet.
We will do it. I guarantee it. We just
Mm-hmm.
haven't made the jump to do it.
Jason said, I heard you all talking about Jaws. Do you like horror movies? Do you like horror movies?
No, I am absolutely the opposite. I love everything action.
My
and everything
son does, though, man.
comedy.
He loves scary. Scarier the better.
Her and our littlest boy is that they can handle. They like that kind of stuff.
I don't handle it like I used to, but my first job when I was 16 was working at the theater. Then I helped manage it. And then I went from there to working at Blockbuster. So that first like 16 to 25 range of my life, I've watched a lot of movies, and I love movies. But back then I could handle all, like anything you could throw at me, I could handle it. But now as I've gotten older, and I've watched so many ID shows, if it's like ghost scary, I can do it. But if it's like I'm going to kidnap you and like it's the copycat stuff, because I watch the ID channel, that I think that freaks me out. And that type of horror, I don't know. It makes me more squeamish now than it used to. But there for a while, my favorite was like like war type. I really like the cinematography of some of those war movies, but I watched a lot of movies in that stage of my life, and I wanted to be a film critic back then. I was like, I'm gonna do all this, but it was a good job. It was fun. But I went from the movie theater to Blockbuster, and you got 5 free rentals a week, and so then that's when I started watching like TV series. I started watching like binge watching. That's when I started. I was like, you don't even have to wait for commercials or like a week. Like you could actually like crank these out.
Scotty, Liquid Zoo, yeah. Oh, Blockbuster, a blast from the past.
Yep.
Nope. Select Pet did bring up a very good point, though. That there is a stipulation we should put on that. When you're watering your plants, make sure it's from a freshwater tank. He goes, I made the mistake one year and used salt water without thinking.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily do that. But you know,
yeah,
I can't say I probably won't do that.
That's
in the
a good
future.
point. That's a good point. Again, goes back to what we said. If we can't answer your question, Jason, someone or they will bring up a point that I just kind of skipped over, wasn't even thinking about.
Yeah,
if you have a saltwater tank, don't be watering your plants with salt water. That's probably not good.
Mm-mm.
Well, they'll handle it for just a little bit, and then they won't like it.
Yeah, I probably still have my Blockbuster card too. I have like a box of like keepsake stuff, and it has all my like middle school ID cards. I think there's an old Six Flags pass in there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had to grow into some of those pictures we don't need to see again. But yeah.
Only Oscar. I bet there's a lot of people that probably owe late fees to
Yeah, that's probably
Blockbuster
why
that
I
doesn't
stopped getting
exist.
scheduled, because we were allowed, I think it was like what, 40, I think it was like $40 a day that we could just use if you just, like someone and they had something out, you could just like get rid of it. And so I used to run out of like fun money too early in my shift, because I'd be like, oh, here, I'll take care of that.
Yeah, you'll fix them, make it easier on them.
But I worked there and had late fees. Explain that. Like, how do you work at the building and still manage to rake up late fees? I did.
Ooh, I don't know if I've heard of that show or not.
What?
Might be a weird question, but have you all seen the TV show Kenny the Shark? No, I haven't personally. I haven't.
I feel like I've heard it somewhere, but I don't think I've seen it. But it could just be associating it with something else. But I'm not sure. But I know I haven't watched it, no.
No, I have not. Well, Select Pet, you're not absent-minded. It's really kind of a good point to bring up, because it's pretty easy to like overthink it when you're just swapping tank water out. You're like, I'll just go dump this real quick, and you dump it on something, and you're like, hold it, I just dumped salt water all over that.
I'm pretty picky about the water that goes into my tanks, yes, but the water that I take out for my water changes, when I had that brackish tank, when I was water changing upstairs, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure if I was, let's say, water changing at the time, it was the goldfish tank, and I reached the level, I was like, okay, I'm done, and I had like half a bucket to go, I would just go over to another tank and finish filling it up until it was full enough to where I would like, okay, it's full enough, I'm going to walk all the way across the house and dump this out. So I'm sure there was a time or two when I had that brackish tank that I probably did something like that, but I'm not going to say I never have, or I never will, because I'm sure I'll get a saltwater tank in the future, and I'm sure I'll do something like that.
Griffin, how's it going?
Welcome. Hope all is well.
Well, and see, and Whip's World knows how to do it. He goes, there's a cure for that. Just don't keep saltwater.
It's an old animated TV show on Discovery Channel about a human and her pet shark that lives like a human.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. The kids don't watch those shows as much as they used to, but I'm sure that they ran across it if it was on a few years ago. That's probably why I'm like, I don't know.
Well, there we go.
But anything shark related, the kids, I can't help because I talk about it Shark Week so much.
Well, there we go. There's another good point just got
saltwater is good if you have weeds growing in the driveway.
Yeah, that's right. It'll kill them. So there you go. Thank you, Mark. Mm-hmm. That is 100% correct. Just another idea. That's why I really enjoy these Sunday chats, because it does spark the brain.
I'm sure they don't listen to me cough, but you know what? I just remembered the last 5 minutes of this chat before we go to Skipper's.
What?
Do you know what happened to Jesse for the first time a few weeks ago? Because we didn't get to talk last week.
Oh, what? What did I do this time? I don't even remember.
Jesse overflowed.
His
first tank, overflowed.
I did.
And he came up, he was like, oh no. I was like, I can't be mad, because 1, you cleaned it up, and 2, it happens to everybody. You get distracted because you always fill up a tank, and then if I'm gonna sit here, I might as well work on another one. And it happened, but oh, he got to experience.
I don't remember what I was working on at that time. I was working on something for you. I was fixing something else.
You were either fixing something or scrubbing something.
I was legitimately fixing something else, and I don't even remember what it was. I don't know if it was a filter, a light. I don't even remember right now. I was dinking with something else, and it was causing me problems, and I lost track of time.
Yeah.
And
was it? I think it was this.
It was that one.
I think it was this one. Right?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I seen water pouring down the front.
The floor's
onto
really
the floor.
clean.
I was like, quick. Fix it.
Mm-hmm. I have seen Jaws about 150 times, and this will be the first time in the theater. Well, it's just going to reinforce all the fears it put into you the first time you've seen it, because I can imagine that's going to be amazing on the theater, but it's the footage, and they were just the shark didn't even freaking work, and they still made that movie scary with just like music and some splashes, like dang. But yes, it didn't. The scary part about Jaws is that it's based on a true story of bull sharks, and the bull shark that was found in the Mississippi River. Yes, I believe it bit a little bull. Wasn't there like a group of like, I don't know, like 14-year-old boys playing off like a little river dock or something like that? I can't remember the story, but I feel like I used to know. But yeah, those bull sharks, man, those are the scary ones.
It's an overflow Sunday. Yeah. And I believe it was on a Sunday that I did it. I did. Yeah. I successfully.
Well, we were doing work, and then we were anticipating streaming last week, but the electricity kept flickering, and I was like, I'm just not even going to mess with it, because we were trying to film the podcast, and it kept I was like, this is just not working.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. We had we needed the rain. We had a good
random thunderstorm that just happened to come through at the time we.
Yeah, it wiped us out. Uh-huh. X Genetics, welcome.
Oh, the Garden of Eden, welcome. We've got a minute left. What do you want to say?
Hello, Grant. Welcome.
Hello.
We'll be going over to Skipper next. Uh-huh.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to have a video out probably tomorrow. And if you're curious, it's going to be over this tank. We got some babies. So
it's going to be over the tank I overflowed.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. And we'll talk soon. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had fun in this amazing chat this Sunday. But until next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.